Hello everybody, and welcome back to Journey with me. Alright everybody, welcome back to today's video. Today I want to discuss something, a bit of a new concept that I've come across, and I wanted to share with you guys because I think it is quite a valid idea. And I came across this when watching a recent video of one of the gold and silver investing channels that I do watch. Gold and silver channels that I watch, and their name is Silver Dragons, and I'll put a link for it like there or somewhere. I'm still trying to figure it out, and also in the description because they are a huge inspiration to me. But if you guys want to check that video out, I'll put the link in the description. And it was essentially regarding, is silver an investment? So it really got me by surprise because I hadn't put heaps of thought into it in this way. So I think we'll move into it and discuss what this video was about and what it really brought me to think. So in this video, this YouTuber was talking about the concept of silver being an investment or more of a savings form. So I was, staring at my Silver Eagle here, just 1 ounce of silver. And previously, when buying this, I viewed this as an investment. I wanted to make some profits off it. I thought that it was a way to grow my wealth. And this video really made me think about it. I'm not saying that it made me think the other way. I'm not saying that it confirmed what I was thinking. But essentially, what the video talked about was how when you invest in silver, you're more investing in some savings. And they essentially covered the way that silver has been a way for them to save. So for a lot of people in the world, saving is a bit of an issue. Some people will, get a paycheck and then they'll really want to spend it. And I can completely understand that. But they said, and they talked about how silver is a way that they would spend their money, and then it would be like more of a solid savings rather than just having it in your bank account. Because if it's in your account and you have a mobile phone, you can just as easily go online, find a website, and immediately spend that money. But with silver, you have to go to a bullion dealership, sell it and liquidize it into fiat currency, into actual cash, and then go spend it. So it's a bit more of a lengthy process to convert your silver back into cash. And a lot of people would view that as an inconvenience, but to me, I think it's quite ingenious. The fact that it's a savings method that takes a little bit of thought before you actually spend the money. And I believe that that is very accurate in my opinion. The other thing that I do want to talk about and address is the fact of why I invested in silver. Now, I am an investor. Even though I'm a kid, anybody can be an investor. I am an investor, and I guess my key goal is to increase my capital, make some money, make a profit. And the way that I was doing that was looking at these different types of assets, stocks, precious metals, all those different stuff, and really thinking about what each different classification would get me. So I knew that through investing in the stock market and in the area of mutual funds, there is quite a decent growth if you invest in the right thing. So as I addressed in my weekly review show, which would be up there, one of the two, I'll figure it out, up there now, I was talking about a mutual fund that I had invested in prior to investing in precious metals. So that started about a year ago. It's S&P 500, and it's essentially a mutual fund that invests in the top 500 companies in America. And through that time, we saw the share price go way up, and then due to the whole world crisis going on right now, I can't say the word because YouTube doesn't like it, but the price of that share went from about $340 per share down to 220, and that was a massive decline. And so then I sold before that, so I still made a little bit of profit off it, but it was more viewed to me as a long-term investment. And I did take my money out of it at that time because it dropped dramatically, but I did in the right time. But I do plan on getting back into the stock market fairly soon when I'm sure that things are safe. And so my goal with the stock market was to make a decent profit off it and also to invest in it for a fair amount of time. Now with precious metals, I was sort of viewing it as a way to hold it for a decent amount of time, but flip it, that's the term used. Buy some, and then when the spot price goes up, to a fair amount, sell it, wait for it to go back down, buy some more. And the reason that I bought gold was because over the last 10, 20, 30, 50 years, gold has shown a very solid trend upwards. Silver, however, is very, very, I'd say unreliable almost. It spikes and then comes back down. And the reason that I did invest in silver, because at the moment it's sounding to you like a very, non-committal way to invest, is because of what happened in 2011 when silver, the price of silver jumped to about $50 or just under $50, and that's like 75 Australian dollars. And I was in silver for that chance, Basically, silver has been known to maintain a pretty steady path, but spike at times, but never really go below that mark. So there wasn't a massive chance that silver was going to decline. I partly viewed it as a way to flip it and viewed it as a way to make some money, but I also viewed it as a way that I could invest and save in that for my future. And I also viewed it as a way to save with a little bit of an added bonus. I think that the rise in precious metals and investing in silver is larger than the profit and the percentage you'll get in the bank. In a lot of banks, you don't get any interest at all in your money. I know for myself, I have a savings account with interest on it. But given that I'm investing fairly frequently during this time, I'm putting some into precious metals, buying some stuff for the stock market, and whenever I spend money in a month in my account, I don't get any interest for that month. And I don't think that that's something that people would do. I don't think a lot of people just don't touch this account. So I'm not making any gains off that. So at least I have some in precious metals. So primarily, I guess I'm saying that I do view silver as more of a way to preserve your wealth with some added bonuses. If you look back to the silver price in 1990, it was valued at roughly $5 US. That's over the whole year. It's around the average of the price. And if you look at it today, it is around $17.50 US. So that is quite a marginal growth. So if you had have bought 100 ounces of silver back when it was worth $5 an ounce, obviously it would have cost you $5 an ounce. $5 an ounce, yeah. So it would have cost you $500 to buy that 100 ounces of silver. And if you had have bought it back then, it may have seemed like for a while it wasn't great growth, but then it continued to grow and grow and grow. And if they still have it to this day, then that silver that you paid $500 for is worth $1,750 over the spot price of gold, that is. And this is all in American dollars, because primarily my viewers are in America. I mean, like 40% of people are in Australia or something. And 20% of you guys are subscribed, and 80% watching and not subscribed, so please subscribe. But you would have gained, $1,250 on your investment, which is over double what you spent in the first place. And that's ridiculous. And imagine if they had have sold it in the spike in 2011, worth $48 US an ounce, worth 4,800, almost 10 times what you initially paid on your investment. That is viewed as a long-term successful investment in my opinion. And that's why I'm in it for this thing. What if in 30 years from now, silver is worth, as it is from then to now, over 3 times more? This coin that I paid 23 Australian dollars spot for is then worth, like 70 Australian dollars an ounce. And even though I only have 10 ounces at the time of recording now, that would all be worth, obviously, $700. And if it's worth $700 and I have 10 ounces that was bought at, around 33 because of the premium on it, then that's obviously almost a $400 profit off that investment. And I view that as a pretty good investment. Given that the bank's return, if I were to go and deposit money in for a certificate of deposit or a term deposit with my bank, they give me 1% return a year. And so if I were to put in 100 into the bank, and then we look back and it's 30 years later, then that would be number editing here. But then if you put that into precious metals, that would be I know, crazy, right? So that's why I view silver as a good way to preserve your wealth, but also invest. And there's one other topic that we haven't talked about in this video, and that is whether or not gold is to be viewed as a savings account or as an investment. And sorry to keep you waiting, but that will have to be another video because it is a completely different topic, to be honest. Gold and silver, two very different things. You know, silver colored, gold colored, different metal, different topic. So I will get that video out soon, probably the next journey with me, or perhaps after that. But I believe that's all there is to talk about this video. It may seem a little controversial for those silver stackers out there, or it may fit into exactly what you're thinking. I view myself as a bit of a silver investor because I do think that there is potential in it, but I also view myself as a silver stacker. And I find that I guess there are two categories within silver. There's silver investors and stackers, and then there are silver collectors. So some people just do it for the collectability. And the thing that I love about silver stacking and silver investing is that you can choose all the different designs. For example, here we have my American Silver Eagle, as I mentioned before. But I have 10 ounces of silver, and I have 4 different types of coins that I really, really like. And that's the fun thing, is that you can choose and you can have some novelties within the investing. So that is one of the reasons that I really enjoy silver stacking, because there's a lot of fun involved. And I think when investing is fun to you, that's when you really hit the sweet spot. Something that makes you happy and it's still investing it's excellent. And I'm not saying that I don't find investing in the stock market and mutual funds necessarily not fun, because I do enjoy this sort of stuff. I really enjoy it. That's why I'm making a YouTube channel to teach you guys about it. But I find that silver stacking is really, really fun, as well as, you know, a good way to grow my future. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and learned some stuff. I know it is just my opinion, but if you guys have any other opinions or any other comments that you want to make, please leave a comment below, and stick around for some new videos, because we've got a lot of really, really cool stuff coming out over the next couple of weeks. We've got some more silver unboxings and some really awesome stuff. I'm really excited. There's a lot happening for this channel that I can't wait to tell you guys about, but it won't happen just yet. So I'll probably be announcing some awesome stuff next week. So please stick around because it's going to be amazing. Until next time, guys, goodbye.